Public interest in Tinubu's records significant to Nigerians. I will rule on articles request shortly, Judge Maldonado says. The U.S. District Judge in the U.S. Court at the District of Illinois has said that public interest in Tinubu's record is significant to Nigerians, and she will rule on the case, articles case, shortly. So we need to understand what public interest is she talking about. We need to understand. Okay. Now, Judge Dressy Maldonado says the U.S. Court for the Northern District of Illinois in Chicago has been inundated with emails from Nigerians eagerly anticipating her decision on whether or not she will order Chicago State University to release President Bola Tinubu's record. As a result, she has decided to issue a ruling on the matter as soon as possible. A court filing seen by People's Gazette stated, the court notes that court staff has received extensive emails, communications from members of the public related to this case, stated the court document entered into dock on Friday, into docket. Okay. Consequently, the court will endeavor to issue a written ruling as soon as possible. The document noted acknowledging that the matter was of utmost interest to Nigerians, curious to learn the background of their leader, and had sent the court a flurry of emails. Abby, people have, yes, they want to know the background of their leader. So we need to know. The court understands the significant public interest in this dispute, but the court will not consider any third party or ex parte submissions. So Messrs. Tinubu and Abubakar have been at loggerheads over the discrepancies in the Nigerian leaders' CSU record, as the institution, in response to a previous subpoena in 2022, released documents showing a female Bola Tinubu from Southwest College was admitted to the school to pursue a degree in accounting. Also, an issue was CSU's adamant refusal to authenticate the diploma Mr. Tinubu submitted to the Nigeria's electoral body INEC to be genuine or falsified, which has fueled allegations of forgery and perjury, for which Mr. Abubakar is seeking to void Mr. Tinubu's election victory at Nigeria's Supreme Court. Further confusing Mr. Abubakar were the signatures on the diploma that Mr. Tinubu submitted to INEC, which were those of two women, Mura Daniel and Neva Lubin, who joined CSU in 1998 and 1996 respectively, nearly 20 years after the president graduated in 1979. Oh boy. So the June 2022 diploma has, June 22 diploma has indicia of forgery. Angela Liu, the U.S. attorney representing Mr. Abubakar, told the court on Wednesday. Judge Jeffrey Gilbert on September 20 had ordered CSU to release Mr. Tinubu's record, but the president begged Ms. Maldonado to delay the order's enforcement, pleading severe and irreparable damage to his life. So on September 6, the Presidential Elections Petition Tribunal upheld Mr. Tinubu's election victory. However, Mr. Abubakar strongly believed the decision was deeply flawed and a miscarriage of justice, leading him to file an appeal at the nation's Supreme Court, where he plans to use the CSU record to show the president may have committed forgery and perjury, two serious allegations that, if proven, would not only result in Mr. Tinubu's dismissal, but also could permanently dent his political career. Exactly. So what is happening here is that, we have what the background of the history of Atiku Abubakar's case in the U.S. District of Illinois against Mr. Tinubu in an attempt to get his Tinubu's academic certificate from the Chicago State University. Okay, the diploma that Tinubu submitted, um, you know, with the INEC, um, the CSU failed to validate it. Okay, and then again, the signatories on that certificate were in CSU as at 1996 and 1998, which about 22 years, almost 20 years after Tinubu had left the school at 1979, and those people were not in school for that period. So what Judge Maldonado is saying, of the district U.S. District Court, is saying that there's flurry of mails and messages coming from Nigerians to know the background of Tinubu, the president. So here people want to know exactly what Tinubu is. So it is not like they are telling her not to or begging her to rule in favor of Tinubu. They want her to come out explicitly, uncompromised, to show who Tinubu is to Nigerians and to the world. And so what is she saying is that people's interest will definitely be serviced or will definitely be served. That's exactly what she's saying here. So it is a very serious one here, and I just hope that the lady will issue a judgment or instruction or court order that will be beneficial to the Nigerian public. And the interest of the Nigerian public is to know who the president is, to validate his personality, even though the president is already begging, for his record not to be released, that it will dent his image and personality forever. The question people are asking, what is Tinubu trying to hide? What is it that he doesn't want the public to see? Everybody has certificate, and the certificate can be verified during background checks at any new employment. So this is a new employment, and employers, which are Nigerians, are saying we want to know your qualification before you fully resume the job. But unfortunately, Tinubu doesn't want people to see his certificate. Under the book condition, if you refuse background check on you, it means that you don't want the job. It means that you are not whom you are telling the people you are. And the next thing is to sack you. That is it. Next thing is to sack you. So Tinubu actually need to allow Nigerians to see whom he is. But he will not, because from the way it is, both Tinubu and everybody, the courts in the US, have seen that those documents were forged, but they just want the originals to come out of CSU, and that can be used to make a submission. That is it. But it's obvious that things are not straightforward with Tinubu, and that is the question Nigerians are asking. How can Nigerians be ruled by somebody whose everything about him is just not straight? No, it's not allowed. It's not allowed. It's not allowed. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment on this matter. What Judge Maldonado is saying. The U.S. Court for the Northern District of Illinois, the judge is saying that the people's interest will be a key factor and will be significant to her judgment. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.